Hi BookTube, it's Stephanie. Today I'm going to share with you the first 12 books that I've read for the Around the Year in 52 Book Challenge. That's on Goodreads, and I will link that list down below. The first prompt that I fulfilled was a book that can be read in one day, and for that I read Vuxenpoäng and Myt by Sarah Anderson. The second prompt that I fulfilled was sheet. A prompt from a previous Around the Year in 52 Book Challenge. For that I read Llama, the First Adventure by Tamora Pierce to fulfill the prompt that was linked to the Chinese zodiac animals, because last year I was really mad at myself for picking a book that had a dragon on it. Technically I used the prompt because the cover I had, the book I used has a snake on the cover as well, but I was mad that there was also a dragon and I didn't want to use dragon because I read fantasy a lot and a lot of them have dragons on it. Then I finished The Bear and the Nightingale by Catherine Auden for the prompt of a book set in a rural or sparsely populated area. I read Milk and Honey by Ruby Kaur for a book related to the arts. For a book set in a place or time that I wouldn't want to visit, I read Ascender Volume 3, Singularities by Jeff Lemire and Dustin Nguyen, because I do not want to live in that kind of future. Then we have a book with a major theme of survival. I read The Martian by Andy Weir. I fulfilled the first prompt on this list, a book with a title that doesn't contain the letters A, T or Y, by finishing up Rich People's Problem by Kevin Kwan. Then as far as I know, we have a prompt that shows up every single year in slight variation, and that is a book from the previous year's Goodreads Choice Awards. And for that I read Will My Cat Eat My Eyeballs by Caitlin Doughty. For a book originally published in a year that is a prime number, let's pretend that I did not film that multiple times. I read Terminal Lions by Jim C. Hines. That book was published in 2017. Then I read a free short story published by Tor.com for the prompt of a book by an Australian, Canadian or New Zealand author. And I read Saint Valentine, Saint Abigail, Saint Brigid by C.L. Polk, who's from Canada. Then to fulfill the prompt of a book with some form of transportation on the cover, I chose Uvasseklotet by Simon Stålenhag. Then we have book number 12 and prompt number 12 actually, and that is a book that's a collaboration between two or more people. I finished Good Omens by, Good Omens by Terry Pratchett and Neil Gaiman. So those are the first 12 books that I finished for this challenge, and I'm really pleased with how my momentum with this challenge is. So far so good, and let's just do it like that, just in case. But I see you in the next one. Bye.